Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do something a bit different because I am sick of bodywork now. Most of the welding and grinding is done on the shell. We're at the point where we can put paint on the underside. As you've probably just seen from the previous slide, I'm sitting there sanding. I've not filmed much of it. Literally what I'm doing is I'm going under the car with quite a coarse sandpaper, sanding off everything. I'm using thinners to get rid of whatever undersill there is on there. But luckily, the previous owners not really put much undersill on it. They put a bit of wax in the arches and that's it. Quite a lot of the car is quite shiny black underneath, which is quite good to know. There's just a few areas where the paint's broken and it's corroded. So I've gone over, sanded it, treated it. Pretty much ready for stuff now, but we're waiting on supplies, so can't go any further. On the plus side, we've got bronze yellow paint, so that's for the underside and the inside. But this episode, I'm going to do something a little bit different, something a bit jumping the gun, I guess. But I'm bored of bodywork, so let's go on to something else. So I've got a grill. So I've got a number of very bent grills. Two of my clubmans have been involved in accidents. One was my fault and the other wasn't, but both of which destroyed the front ends of them. Unfortunately, it's the most expensive part of a clubman, so all the grills got bent. But this one is off a previous car I've owned, which survived because I took it off and swapped it for one. So this is my best grill I've got. So I've routed through, got the ends, and it's just plain. So this would originally had a silver band all the way along there with a Leyland badge smack bang in the middle there. So it would have had the silver band. So these two veins here would have been silver to match the top. So that's what this car should have originally. So that's why I picked out this grill. However, I'm going to go a little bit different with it. I want it to look not like a GT replica, but an early 70s GT. So they had the top band painted top and bottom. So I'll go through how I'm going to do that. I found a little niche trick of doing it, literally through trial and error. I don't know, it was a bit weird how I just tested it on one of the old grills and it worked. So I'll show you how I'm going to restore this to look like the grill I want it to look like. A more pressing issue is the badge I want to use is in two pieces. So this came with a previous car I bought many years ago, and the grill basically was like that. So the badge at the time hadn't cracked, but by the time I took the grill apart, it was in two pieces. Now, you should sling that really, a lot of people would. For me, these are expensive. There's one on eBay now, new old stock for nearly £100. I've rustled one out of my other collection of stuff, and that's on our white estate, so that'll be staying on there. I don't want to change. That's how that car would have been originally. However, this wouldn't have had this originally. So this clubman would have had this originally, like I mentioned, with the silver band in the middle of the grille. I want to use this one because it fits in with the look I want for the car. Now this does fit pretty much perfectly back together. So my plan is I'm going to glue it and then I'm going to reinforce it from the back so it can't snap again. And I'm going to fill it, sand it until I get it nice. These should be blue and all this should be black around the outside. So a little bit of a badge restoration if you like this episode. I don't think I'll finish it all in this episode. It's going to take a lot of patience and mucking around and things like that. But it's quite a clean break. There's quite a bit of room to reinforce it on the back. And this badge will just, I'll keep it. Like I say, it's what this car should have. But I'm going for a slightly earlier look. This obviously isn't part of the budget. This is a finishing touch for the car, but I'm getting a bit bored of bodywork. You guys are, and I've got a lot more bodywork ahead. So let's go with this. So let's just set about gluing this back together in the right place and then go from there. While I wait for glue to dry. So, giving the grill a quick satin black, and hopefully that'll give sort of a factory look to it. And then I'm going to paint in the slats that I want painting with some special paint. Looks loads better. It's not going to be perfect. The car's being restored by me. It's not going to be over restored. It's going to be built out of bits, and this is one of the many bits I've got to go on it. Right, so I was talking about having an earlier grill on my Clubman. I don't own an earlier grill that's not completely battered and destroyed, but the one I really want is what was on the earlier GTs. So basically it's chrome surround with 2 lines top and bottom that are chrome. Now I've looked at grills, can't afford one, they don't come up very often. I found a solution and I tested it on an old grill and it worked really well. So basically it's metallic effect metal spray, but it literally comes out as chrome and it looks really good. So let's go and give it a whirl, see how it goes. So there we have it. I'm pretty impressed with that. So obviously it's got a badge to go in the centre. I won't be fitting the GT badge just because I'm not making it a replica. I just really like the style of the grill, but we're getting there. Just got to do the badge for the centre now, which you've seen I'm starting to repair. Right, so in amongst all the prepping and sanding, the bonnet gap is really doing made in. I've managed to get it pretty nice all the way around. It's not going to be perfect this side because this was accident damaged side, but yeah, it was getting to me a bit much. So I've looked on some forums and some other things, and I've spliced the bonnet out a little bit. Only, I think it's not even half an inch, but it was just annoying me enough to do that. So what I've done is I've just spliced it and moved it out, and I've just tacked it. Obviously I can't fully weld it because you're going to warp the bonnet, but you can see what I'm trying to do, and hopefully it'll give me that bit of a better panel gap all the way along. So yeah, fingers crossed, it's a bit more even now. Still movement on the hinges, but I was never going to make up the gap that I did have, so not ideal. But if anyone else having the same issues, there's quite a few forums that talk about doing this. A bit hot that still, but yeah, it's going to work. And flat about the whole bonnet is horrible paint wise, so it needs sanding to bare metal anyway. So I thought I'd do this now, and at least I can rest easy knowing the bonnet's way closer than it was. Right, so I've gone away, I've done a bit more sanding, and we are getting somewhere. This gap is so much more uniform, fits nice all the way around, matches the other side, and we're getting there. Still need to work on the filler. This is first pass again. I always put too much on, mistake I make. I've got a little bit of I tried my best for the heat distortion, but I've got a little bit of distortion there. But other than that, this bit's all quite nice, but the bonnet needs a hell of a lot more work than this. So I just wanted to get it somewhere close. So it's another job off the list. Right now, the inside's pretty much ready. I've spot primed if I need to. All the little black bits you can see is where I've just chipped away a bit more of the old sound end in just to try and make it smoother. Yeah, I just need to seam seal everything, but we're waiting on supplies. Yeah, we're getting there. I did get giddy, painted my pedal box and put that back in. So yeah, there's one thing back on the car. I've also painted a handbrake setup, so the lever and stuff. We are getting there. Had a delivery from Mini Mine. So I've got these from Mini Mine. These are basically the buffers that sit on the inner wing, and you can wind them in and out depending on where you want them basically. So I wanted these just to double check everything was fine with the bonnet, and it has definitely worked. So these basically wind all the way down for me. You have got the adjustment. So looking at our 72, these are wound all the way down on that as well. So it's a nice tight bonnet fit. And yeah, so they're about £3. Definitely worth replacing if you've got a Clubman, and they help with lining up things. And here is my refurbished handbrake lever. So yeah, I didn't want to go mad with it. Bit of satin black, sanded it all back, bit of black, cleaned up the handle, put that back on, ready to go back in the car once the paint's done inside. Right, so here's the badge. It's bonded together, and I've reinforced the back of it with some fiberglass, so it looks a bit messy at the back, but you're never going to see the back of it. It's now solid, and now I can look at getting some really fine filler. I'll sand back these edges first, but it fits really well together, and try and restore it, because at the end of the day, where you're going to find another 40-year-old badge, and if we all bin them, there's going to be none left, is there? So obviously this is nothing to do with the Budget Clubman, it's to go on the Clubman, but it's nothing to do with the budget. So it's just my mentality, if I can fix it instead of replacing it, where's feasible, then let's just get it done. So like I say, these bits will be blue, the mini writing will be black, the outline will be black, and then this will be chrome. But if you've just seen the previous part of the video, I've found the chrome paint for my grille, so I'll repaint it in the same thing. Right, so I've also begun to strip the rear subframe. Most things are breaking, so we'll see what we can do with it, but it's actually for the most part quite solid, so we'll try and save it. Right guys, it's another day done. A really bitty video, jobs, bits and bats. I'm literally waiting on supplies, and I can't go any further until they really turn up. So seam sealer, stone chip, then paint on the underside and the interior, and then we can really start making progress, because technically I can start bolting things back on the car, but I've got loads and loads of prep to do. Obviously you see me started working on the bonnet, the rest of the panels, there's a few dents in the roof to get out. I've not finished the back end, and then obviously the big thing before I can even think about paint is doors. So find some money for some door skins from somewhere, but we are on 141 hours, so it's racking up, just cleaning up bits and pieces. Like that's the part of the handbrake quadrant there and stuff like that. It all just takes time. Not quadrant, sorry, handbrake mechanism. So I've cleaned that up, painted that. I've got a new cable which I dug out, which I bought from another car. So again, obviously once we hit the painted stage, and obviously we're building the car, that's not part of the Budget Clubman. If you follow from the beginning, it's to get the car from a bought stage to a painted shell for the £1,500 target, really. After that, so when you see me bolting things on the car, obviously that's nothing to do with the budget. That's me finding my own spares, digging out bits that came with the car, cleaning, painting. But I want to keep that as a thing going. But as soon as the car's painted, that's when we'll do our big total up and see where we came. So we've got door skins and obviously materials to buy for paint yet, so we're getting there. Although we do have some bronze yellow that arrived yesterday, so getting there. Catch you next one, guys. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. And yeah, catch you in the next one, and hopefully it's a bit less bitty. But I want to bring you guys along for the ride as well. So they're all jobs that need doing. I'm not going to show you how to strip a subframe. That's not part of this series. But when I come to reassembling it, I'll go through how it all goes together. I'm just collecting bits and pieces really now, because it's all funds at the end of the day. So it is a Budget Clubman, but it's also always on a budget for me, because I like to try and save a bit of money here and there and try and use bits and pieces again, hence like the badge and things like that. So catch you next one, guys. Stay safe.